What up, what up? It is me, Mr. Drake, and today I want to share with you a money concept I only recently learned about, and I've been fascinated by it ever since. They say that in order to earn more, you need to learn more, so today I want to try and teach some of you a new way of looking at money, and more importantly, a new way of looking at debt. The relationship between money and time, also known as the time value of money, is a concept used in the finance and investment industries, and what it essentially boils down to is one statement. Money today is worth more than money tomorrow. On Instagram last week, I shared two stories. One of them was about winning the lottery, and the other one was about buying a bed. Now, I expected the results to be about what they were, but one of them really highlighted the misunderstanding of the time value of money. With the lottery winning scenario, 17 people said they wanted the cash up front, while 9 people said they wanted the monthly lifetime income. Which would you choose? In the scenario buying the bed, 21 people said that they would pay it off in cash, while 4 people said that they would pay it through a finance agreement at 3% APR. Given the context for the two questions in front of you, which would you pick from both of them? Based on these conditions and understanding the time value of money, you're best off choosing the option that puts the money in your hands today. So that would mean taking the cash payout up front on the lottery and paying for the bed on finance. Now, I know that most of the people I follow in the debt-free community probably just spit out their cup of tea, but once you understand the concept, it will make more sense. I should probably add here that I am not advocating people decide to increase their debts or decide to neglect paying off or honouring the debts that they already have. This is just an interesting new way of looking at any future financial decisions. So why is it then that money today is worth more than money tomorrow? Well, there are two main reasons. Reason number one is that the money you have now can gain interest, and over time, that interest can gain interest. This is known as compound interest. Within the stock market, the growth of a company is growth on top of its previous growth, and this is known as compound growth. As long as you are in a situation where your money will gain more in interest or growth each year than your debts will cost you, then you're better off financially to pay the minimums on your debts and allow compound interest to increase the value of your money. Let's take a look at the story of hypothetical Johnny, who's about to buy a £120,000 home with a £20,000 deposit. His mortgage would be £100,000 at 3% interest over 30 years, and he'd pay roughly £422 a month, paying a total of £151,474. Johnny has an extra £6,000 available that he could add to his deposit, and if he did so, his mortgage would now be £94,000 at 3% interest over 30 years. He'd pay a total of £396 a month, or £142,642 over the 30 years. That is a difference of £8,832. Johnny's really excited to put this extra money towards his deposit, but on his way there, he sees a bank offering a 3% savings account. Johnny finds an online compound calculator on his phone and looks to see what his £6,000 will be worth if he instead saved it for 30 years. Johnny discovered that his £6,000 would be worth £14,741 after being saved for 30 years. Whichever way you look at £14,741 is more than £8,832. But Johnny has one last bright idea. He looks to see which bank has the best interest rate, and frustratingly, the best rate available is only 3.5%. That's only 0.5% more, and the bank's so far away, Johnny doesn't want to have to go across town to open an account with a different bank. But he decides to see what that 0.5% is worth in 30 years. £17,119. By increasing the rate by 0.5%, Johnny will get an extra £2,378. So he pays £2 to get a bus across town and decides to put his £6,000 away. The reason why saving the £6,000 offered more value is because Johnny, after 30 years, still had that £6,000 as well as the interest. Whereas, if he'd used it as part of his deposit on his new home, he would have spent it. It's gone. He lost it. With the bed example, it would have cost £1,000 to purchase it up front. Financing it over 3 years at 3%, you would pay £29 a month and a total of £1,047, while the £1,000 saved at 3% would be worth £1,094. This means that you're up £50 on the deal, but more importantly, you still have the £1,000. In the lottery example, if you won exactly £2 million and chose to be paid monthly for life, they would divide your winnings down over a period of, say, 50 years and pay that sum every month. This would be equal to £40,000 a year. However, if you took the lump sum and it earned 5% interest annually, you could withdraw 3% of it each year and still have the £2 million in cash to pass on to your children or donate to charity. As I said before, there are two main reasons why money now is worth more than money tomorrow. The first reason is interest, and the second reason is inflation. Inflation is just the structured increase in prices in order to maintain the economy. Generally speaking, inflation should remain around 2%, but more often than not, it is slightly above or below that mark. What this means is that £1,000 today will be able to buy you more than £1,000 in 5 years' time. Another example of this is the humble Freddo. When I was young, 10p would buy you one whole Freddo bar. Nowadays, 10p is equal to about 1/3 of a Freddo bar. In this instance, the 10p has lost buying power. So now I want to show you the effect inflation will have on the two examples I shared on Instagram. The first one I'm going to talk about is the bed example. So as I said before, it would cost £1,000 to buy the bed up front in cash. It would cost £1,047 to pay for it through finance. And again, as I said before, the difference is because of interest. However, if you had bought the bed on finance, not only would you get to keep that £1,000 that you'd saved for the bed, you'd also make £50 in profit, as I discussed before, and alongside that, you would be paying for the bed with future income that will almost definitely have less buying power. However, the effect of inflation is so much more significant in the instance with the lottery win. And this is because if you chose to take the hypothetical £40,000 a year payout that we discussed earlier, you would be making a great sum of money in 2019. £40,000 is nothing to be laughed at. However, in 2069, with inflation at 2% every year, your £40,000 would have the buying power of £15,000 in today's money. Inflation erodes the value of money, so you need to make sure that at the very least your money is growing in value at the same rate as inflation. Even if your lottery winnings were growing at the same rate of inflation, after 50 years, your payouts would stop. Here's the thing, if you chose to take the £2 million up front and were able to get 5% returns on that money every year, you could withdraw 3% of that money, and not only would your income increase in line with inflation, but your £2 million would also increase in value in line with inflation. This would mean in 50 years' time, when those who chose to take the monthly payout, their payouts stop, not only would you still have the equivalent of £2 million invested, you would have the equivalent of £40,000 a year payout each month, and those payouts will last indefinitely. While this is a hypothetical situation, there is no guarantee that you could get 5% returns each and every year. So as with anything, there's going to be an investment risk. To bring this video back to a simple concept, the time value of money means that if you can earn more interest than you spend each year, then you're better off making the financial decisions that keep your money in your possession. In order to make the most of the time value of money in your day-to-day life, save your money up for a purchase, and then instead of spending that money and parting with the cash, finance the product on as low an interest rate as you can, ideally below 4%, and then make sure that your money is earning a better or the same interest rate as the financed product. If you've done this right, once the finance agreement has been cleared, you will have hopefully paid most of it off with money that has less buying power. Not only that, but you'll still have the money that you originally saved, and thanks to compound interest, you would have made a profit along the way. This is why whenever I see somebody upset about the amount of debt they have, I always tell them, it is not the debt that's the problem, it's the interest. Make sure that you're on the right side and you're winning the game of interest. And until next time, stay cash flow strong, turn your wages into wealth. Have a superb week. I'll see you soon.